Chris, Fylde 2, Halifax Town 2, your thoughts on this evening's game?
Well, I've got to say, it's great credit to everybody that came out to watch that game, especially with that storm, whatever the storm's called now. I think they're running out of names. So I really appreciate you coming out to watch that football match, and for a neutral, I suppose, for a National League game, what a game. And it's very similar really to the first one. But in terms of an arm wrestle, you do feel, I suppose, in our camp, a little bit grieved in respect to how we've played, how we've approached it, the dominant ascendancy that we had. Obviously, we lost the grip of that, and that does need addressing. But there's no opponent just going to accept what's going on. But our goals, great goals. Halifax's goals. That's the second goal, great goal. But really pleased with our players adapting to many things that have been put us into this position to have a game on, and then to play like that. The last 3 home games have been electric, and I'm very proud of that.
For 60 minutes, we controlled the game, as you mentioned there. 2 superb goals, and on occasions there were chances that were much easier to take than the two goals we actually did score.
They were, and it's another factor. But I'm very pleased with how I've managed to have the players see a different way, and then want to follow and live that, because we often create more chances than our opponent. So it's a great way of playing football. It's exciting and it's fast. What we've got to do is make more of our opportunities. And even tonight, I think we've had 3 times as many shots at goal than Halifax. And I mentioned in the Rochdale interview, it's something like 38 shots to 8 shots over 2 games. And we share, both sharing a 2-0 win. And tonight, there's no way anybody watching tonight could argue against us that we feel a little bit grieved for not winning the football match. But I suppose that happens as well in the current situation we're in. And I'm really pleased and proud how the players have gone about that and fight like they do. But of course, at times you need a little bit of help and support, and we couldn't smooth that game out. And of course, you make the changes to try and help that, because there's so much effort goes on into that energy and that performance that I ask the players to give everything they've got and then tap out when they can't give no more. And I'm really pleased the players are playing like that, because it will represent more consistent winning. Well, it is representing more consistent winning capability, but we've got to keep believing in that. But yeah, what a game, and credit to Halifax too, for sticking in there, because I have no doubt they will have been shell shocked and not knowing really what to do, how to do it, and who to do it with. But that goal gave them that lift that actually came from us being in their box, throwing down the line. And we've spoken about it already with the lads. We're swinging legs in midfield, and then suddenly there's a gap. Got to bring people down sometimes, and they had a lot of shirt pulling and tagging of us, and we should have done a little bit of that back to them.
It's quite odd today, I must say. The 4 goals that were scored were all against the wind. How do you see that?
To be honest with you, the wind was in a direction, but it was obviously swirling in respect to a direction regular. And you often see, sometimes you thought, wow, that's carried and then blown back into. So credit to both sets of lads, players, brilliant. To play football like that, score them goals on a day like that. Credit to the groundsman, because at 2:30, 3 o'clock from the downpour, the game's not on. Brilliant from everybody associated with AFC Fylde to get the game on. And to be able to entertain, it's definitely entertaining. But from my perspective, I love winning, and I'm trying to teach that and get that in our player, which you can see is more in us. But we've got to make sure we should be celebrating and feeling very good about that performance, representing 3 points, but we're not.
On an individual basis, Ethan Mitchell was given the sponsors man of the match. 2 games, both superb performances. He's certainly started to life on here at Mill Farm superbly.
He has, and I was watching an under-21s fixture today. I'm constantly watching football matches, known Ethan a long time. the backdrop of watching Wigan play. Wigan have an excellent an academy that they now produce a lot of players to play in their first team, and that's Gregor, who's runs that, and he got rewarded becoming Wigan's director of football. So and I'm sure he'll do a very good job at that too. But they're very competitive, they train correctly, professional. Ethan's so professional, so yeah, very pleased with his performance, and many others tonight. Lads are great, so it's just important that we stick together, take that one on the chin. 100% in an arm wrestle, we're nearly touching that I don't know what you call it, like when you tap out, but credit to Halifax for fighting back. Wouldn't expect anything else from a team that Chris manages. But yeah, we know we were the stronger, and we didn't get what we feel we should have got. But there's stuff in that game that technically got to be individually better at, and the players know that, because it opens out opportunity for them from nothing, and they took that.
First time we've spoke since the arrival of Joe Wesley, a massive addition to our strike force, and 75 minutes under his belt tonight, which you must be really pleased with. Yeah,
listen, for me, Luke Charman's been brilliant for me since I've started taking the football, and he was great up top, and he's been very good playing left up top, really good. So to have him, have Danny Omrad come through, open out an opportunity. We moved on a player to open out opportunity for him. He took it, he's took it great. And even tonight, he's had a couple of opportunities for himself to score a winning goal. Very difficult in terms of making a substitute decision, because I was trying to smooth out certain things, and then they scored at that point. So obviously left Nick on a little bit longer, and then Taylor had a goal threat to us, and I put him on, and again he could have scored the winning goal. Shoulder, clean header, and he scored two great headers against Halifax. So that's going through my brain, when there's 5-10 minutes left. And then of course Joe. So Joe had some instinct and movement in the box. He's clinical. He was unlucky with a few flashes across goal. He made contact with that though, and I'm sure in the coming weeks, when he gets used to the hustle and bustle of National League, and he gets used to his players and his teammates, he too will add value. So there's three really good players there, but obviously Joe at 19, Dan at 17, and Luke Charman, he's like a granddad, I think, at 26, 27 now.